AITA for refusing to help my family after they ignored me for years. I never thought I would be the kind of person to cut off my own family. For most of my life, I tried to be patient, understanding, and forgiving. But now I'm being told I'm selfish and heartless, and I honestly don't know if I'm wrong anymore. So here's my story. I grew up in a family where appearances mattered more than feelings. From the outside, we looked perfect. 2 parents, a nice house, family dinners, birthdays celebrated on time. But emotionally, I always felt like I was invisible. I'm the oldest child. From a young age, I was expected to be the responsible one. That meant helping around the house, looking after my younger siblings, and never causing problems. Whenever I needed something, I was told to wait. Whenever I struggled, I was told to be strong. And whenever I complained, I was reminded that my parents had it harder. As I got older, the pattern became clearer. My siblings' problems were urgent. Mine were inconvenient. If my brother failed a class, it was a family emergency. If I struggled, I was told I wasn't trying hard enough. If my sister needed money, my parents helped immediately. If I needed help, I was told to figure it out because it would build character. I tried talking to them about how I felt, but those conversations never went anywhere. They would either laugh it off, change the subject, or tell me I was being dramatic. So eventually, I stopped talking. Not completely, but I stopped opening up. I learned to keep things to myself and handle problems alone. After high school, I moved out as soon as I could. I didn't leave on bad terms, but I also didn't feel sad. Mostly, I felt relieved. Living on my own wasn't easy. Money was tight. I worked long hours. There were moments when I could have really used support. But my family didn't check in. They didn't ask how I was doing. They didn't offer help. And honestly, I stopped expecting it. Over the years, I kept minimal contact. Holiday messages. Short phone calls. Nothing deep. During that time, I slowly built a stable life for myself. I worked hard, saved money, and eventually got a decent job. For the first time, I felt like I was doing okay. Then everything changed. About 6 months ago, my parents suddenly reached out more than usual. At first, I thought they were just trying to reconnect. But I quickly realized that wasn't the case. My younger sibling had gotten into serious financial trouble. They had made some bad decisions, and now the entire family was feeling the consequences. My parents were stressed. Bills were piling up. They were worried about losing their home. And that's when they remembered me. They started calling. Texting. Asking how I was doing. At first, I felt hopeful. I thought maybe this was finally a chance to rebuild something. But then the real reason came out. They asked if I could help financially. Not a small amount. Not a temporary loan. They wanted me to step in and fix everything. They told me it was my responsibility as the oldest child. They reminded me of everything they had done for me growing up. They said family helps family. I was shocked. For years, I had struggled quietly without their support. Now that I was finally stable, they expected me to sacrifice everything I had built. I asked them why they didn't ask my siblings for the same level of help. They said my siblings were going through enough already. That hurt more than I expected. It felt like the same pattern all over again. Their problems mattered. Mine didn't. I told them I needed time to think. Over the next few days, they kept pressuring me. Calling. Messaging. Guilt-tripping. They told me I was being cold. That I had changed. That money had made me selfish. I tried explaining how I felt. I told them how alone I had felt growing up. How unsupported I had been. They didn't apologize. They didn't acknowledge it. Instead, they told me I was rewriting the past. That's when something inside me broke. I realized that no matter what I did, my feelings would never matter to them. Only what I could provide. So I made a decision. I told them I wouldn't help financially. Not because I couldn't, but because I didn't want to be used. I said I wished them the best, but I needed to protect my own life and stability. The reaction was immediate and intense. They accused me of abandoning my family. They said I was choosing money over people. They told relatives, who then started messaging me. Some family members supported me quietly. Others openly criticized me. I started questioning myself. Was I being too harsh? Was I holding on to the past too much? Was I wrong for refusing to help when I clearly could? But at the same time, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. For the first time, I wasn't putting myself last. I wasn't sacrificing my well-being to keep others comfortable. Still, the guilt hasn't fully gone away. Family is supposed to mean something. And walking away, even when it feels justified, is incredibly hard. So now I'm here, wondering. Am I the one in the wrong for refusing to help my family after they ignored me for years? Or was setting this boundary the only healthy choice I could make?
Story 2. AITA for stopping help after my friend treated me like an ATM? I never imagined I would lose a close friend over money. We had known each other since school. We grew up together, shared classes, laughed at the same jokes, and supported each other through difficult times. I always considered him family, even though we weren't related by blood. After school, our paths started to look very different. I focused on working and saving. I wasn't rich, but I was careful with money. I avoided unnecessary expenses and tried to plan ahead. My friend, on the other hand, lived more impulsively. He jumped between jobs, spent money as soon as he earned it, and often talked about big plans that never really materialized. Still, I never judged him. Everyone moves through life at their own pace. The first time he asked me for money, it was a small amount. He said he needed help covering a bill and promised to pay me back within a week. I trusted him and sent the money without hesitation. A week passed. Then 2. When I asked about it, he apologized and said things were tight, but he'd pay me back soon. I believed him. Over time, these requests became more frequent. Sometimes it was rent. Sometimes groceries. Sometimes an unexpected expense. Each time, the amount got a little bigger. I noticed something uncomfortable. He never talked about paying me back unless I brought it up. And even then, it was always soon. I tried to set gentle boundaries. I suggested budgeting apps. I offered to help him look for better job opportunities. But those conversations usually ended with him saying I didn't understand how hard things were. The turning point came when I saw him post photos online from a weekend trip. Hotels, restaurants, expensive-looking activities. A few days earlier, he had told me he couldn't afford basic necessities. I felt confused and hurt. When I asked him about it, he got defensive. He said I was overreacting and that I shouldn't keep track of how he spent his money. Why? That's when I realized something had changed. I wasn't being treated like a friend anymore. I was being treated like a backup plan. The next time he asked for money, I said no. Calmly. Respectfully. His reaction shocked me. He accused me of abandoning him. He said money had changed me. He told mutual friends that I had become selfish and cold. Some friends supported me quietly. Others said I should help because I could afford it. But here's the thing. I wasn't wealthy. I was just careful. And I was tired of feeling used. I didn't cut him off completely, but I stopped giving money. Since then, our friendship has faded. Sometimes I wonder if I should have handled it differently. So now I'm asking. AITA for stopping financial help when my friends started treating me like an ATM instead of a friend?